Harry's Wife, part 67.6. Hello, smell of desperation. The narcissist needs 4 things. Most narcissists don't realise this, aware ones, such as myself, do. Fuel, control, character traits, and residual benefits. Harry's Wife is no different. She requires all 4. The 2 most important aspects of the prime aims are fuel and control. The need for control is almost constant. We must either continue to assert it over people that are under our control, or we must nullify threats to our control in some shape or form. We achieve both through both benign and malign manipulations, by flattering you, by bribing you, by giving you great sex, by holding your hair back and rubbing your back when you're vomiting into the great white telephone, when we give you a word salad, when we punch you in the face, when we deliver sexual violence, when we deny and deflect, when we cause accusations to come out of nowhere, when we belittle, smear, invalidate, insult, engage in present silent treatments and absent silent treatments, and the whole cacophony, the whole smorgasbord of different manipulations that we are able to utilize dependent upon circumstance and the school of narcissists that you are involved with. We must assert that control and draw the fuel. Harry's wife faces repeated challenges to her control because she's nowhere near as popular as she thinks she is. She also faces repeated threats to her control because, typical, like many lower echelon narcissists, she engages in behaviours in the moment which then contradict earlier behaviours and become transparent and see-through. And the problem is that where you seek the limelight, i.e. the fuel and the control, on a global and international scale, you are also far more easier to expose. Chrissy Teigen is a case in hand. Her hypocrisy is rank and rife and rampant. And similarly with Harry's wife, she asserts one thing in the moment, which is then demonstrated to be incorrect in another. And more people are able to see this. This then necessitates, from her point of view, because there are numerous threats to her control, the necessity of upping the ante to continue to assert that control. And this is where we keep seeing this PR offensive. And already we've had 3 articles from Hello, which were just pure frippery about fashion. Now we have another one from Hello. It is incessant. And Bridie Wilkins writes, Harry's wife's mother, Doria Ragland's LA house could be a tropical villa. The fuck? With Harry's wife and Prince Harry, now parents to 2 young children, they likely love having the Duchess of Sussex mother, Doria Ragland, in close proximity to their home in California. Close proximity. I think she's an hour and a half away from her. That's not close. Under 2 hours' drive from the Royals Monte Shitshow mansion is Doria's beautiful property. So it's likely that Archie and Lilibet will pay visits to their grandmother. Really? Holy fucking hell. Who'd have thought it? Grandchildren go to see grandmother. Blimey, I never knew it worked that way. Thank you. Hello. I never realised that happened. Of course, those visits will be utilised by the narcissist in terms of the assertion of control and triangulation. When Doria is painted black, no visito. When she's painted white, you can come and visit. The children, of course, are just appliances to Harry's wife, pawns that are there to cater to the prime aims, and they will be used as such with regard to her interactions through asserting control over her mother. From the outside, the insightful article tells us the home looks like it belongs in a holiday brochure, complete with a clay roof, lime green exterior, a bay window, and palm trees framing either side of the front walkway. Here's everything you need to know about Harry's wife, mother's home. Well, I'm looking at a picture of it, and to be quite honest, I certainly wouldn't live there. First of all, it looks like it has been painted with guacamole, and the 2, they're not palm trees, they're what look like something that have been taken from some futuristic sci-fi game as some vegetation on planet Moroncho, and have been planted there. There's a red path leading up to the guacamole house, and there are some mini plants which might grow into triffids or might explode and fire spores at you, which penetrate your skin and turn you into some foaming mouth and swivel-eyed lunatic. Who knows? Anyway, the article asks, first of all, where does Harry's wife mother live? Doria Ragland lives in a house in the View Park, Windsor Hills neighbourhood of Los Angeles. It is located between Culver City and Inglewood, just east of Los Angeles International Airport. Okay. How much did Harry's wife's mother's house cost? Doria inherited the home from her father when he passed away in 2011, and thus Doria did not pay for the property. You freeloader. Nonetheless, according to a listing on Zillow, it is worth an estimated £678,000. Good Lord. Which is the equivalent of $2,630 rent per month. Or you could live in a tub of guacamole and have the same effect. What's it like inside Harry's wife's mother's house? Zillow states that the property features 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms across 1,400 square feet. Details of the interior have been kept tightly under wraps, but if the design of Harry's wife's former homes are anything to go by, it's likely that Doria will have gone for a muted aesthetic. Pure, utter speculation. This is an article which is basically, we need to pump something out about Harry's wife. Let's talk about her mum's house this time. We've not been there. She's not invited us in. We'll get a photo from Getty Images of the House of Guacamole and put it on the front. Then we'll get another picture from Getty Images which shows the View Park, Windsor Hills area and shows the various skyscrapers of downtown LA in the distance. And then we'll go on Zillow to find out information about the house. But unfortunately, there aren't any pictures on Zillow that we can put, so we'll have to say that it's kept tightly under wraps. No, she just doesn't want you nosy bastards coming into her house and commenting about her interior design. The next question that's posed in this complete non-article is, will Harry's wife's mother move into Harry's wife's and Harry's new house? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex Monty Shit Show property has its very own guest house, with plenty of space for Doria. There were rumours that Doria may move into the home, but she has not yet done so, although it is likely that she will spend plenty of time there, subject, of course, to the diktats of Harry's wife, with her grandchildren, Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor. Doria's home is considerably closer than the 10-hour flight time they would have had to endure between Los Angeles and London. Shit the bed, no, really? When the couple lived at Frogmore Cottage on the Queen's Windsor estate. This article is utter fluff. It is meaningless, doesn't tell you anything that you needed to know, but of course, why has it been generated? It has been generated because Harry's wife needs to keep asserting control nearly all the time, like any other narcissist, and therefore her PR agencies instruct the Harry's wife friendly organ to pump this nonsense out. And therefore you, if you have the misfortune to come across it, are faced with this tidal wave of Harry's wife's articles, Harry's wife's mother's house, Harry's wife's dresses, Harry's wife's bunion treatment, Harry's wife's crazy stairs. Whatever it might be will be commented upon, regurgitated, and pumped out as part of the assertion of control. And it stinks of the desperation, of the necessity of asserting control again and again and again. Hello won't stop. We're not going to get goodbye, but instead, hello, we'll keep doing this. Because, as I've explained elsewhere, it cultivates a friendly relationship with the appropriate celebrity, star, famous person, and basically allows that famous person and or their PR team to dictate what is printed, what is published, so that they have complete control. They invariably may pay something for it, or in circumstances they get discounted rates, but it all enables the relevant organ then to get suitable exclusives because they've always been loyal and supportive of the famous person in question. It's a incestuous relationship, if you will, one that certainly doesn't win any journalism rewards whatsoever. Not that Hello will care, because they make their money from allowing nosy people to look at the lifestyles of people that you will never really meet or get to know. There are far better things to be doing with your time, but at least it does allow us to dissect and analyse the material so that you can get something useful from it. Well, at least two things. One, you get to hear my delicious voice being sarcastic, and two, you get to understand more about the narcissistic dynamic.